Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And I was trying to look at a real quick tutorial on how to automate some chicken farm so we can have more food, and they're too complex for me to look at and do at the same time. So I'm just going to try to make.
I think you just do a layer on a layer.
Keep saying that, and I don't think it has any meaning.
It does.
It just said you do a layer on a layer, Jeff. It's you know, you do one layer and then the other.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, that is the concept of layer on layer. Not quite as interesting as nurse on nurse or anything. But
No, it's not as good as nurse on nurse.
the good old layer on layer mentality going on here.
Well, you know, you put the first layer down. and then
what do you do, dude?
The other layer under it.
Oh, so that's more like layer under layer. That's like a whole different concept than I ever thought.
But seriously.
I don't know what you mean when you keep saying layer on layer. And guys, I'm not kidding. This is exactly what he said off camera when I said I wanted to know how to do this. He said you do layer on layer. I was like, what does that mean?
So, like, all right, look.
Hold on. Let me show you my understanding of what you mean. This is the first layer.
Yeah.
And then this is the second layer. Get it?
Well, you need a little more
layer
space
on layer.
So, like,
You know, because it's your
layer,
dog.
the top layer right there is some chickens. You got it?
Okay.
Right.
That block is chickens.
This block is chickens, right?
Okay, chickens. Got it.
All right, and then the chickens put the eggs in a hopper.
Uh-huh.
Hopper. And then, or dropper. I don't know if they can put it directly in a dropper. I think the hopper has to go into a dropper.
So the layer on layer on layer. Look at the complexities here.
No, but there's two sets of chickens. These chickens up here never die. They just lay the eggs. They're the egg laying chickens. They're never gonna die.
Okay, and then they end up in the eggs end up in a dropper. I got that point.
And then they get spit out, and then they make. Get ready for it. The new layer of chickens.
Why do they spit out below?
Well, they don't really. They probably go right there, but it's not really a layer on layer.
And then what do these chickens do?
These chickens grow up and then die.
How do they die?
Lava, because then they'll get cooked.
How do you lavify them? I'm gonna go into the Nether and try to get some quartz, because I think we need some quartz for some contraptions in this.
I don't think you need quartz.
You don't need to make any like repeaters or.
I don't know. If BTC did it, it can't be that hard.
Yes, he obviously knew nothing about Minecraft.
No, I mean, what does he know about redstone and all his map building experience?
I know. He can do it. Anybody can do it. Clearly. Though, God, we're at such a high layer. Is there quartz up here?
High layer.
A high layer on layer on layer, man. It's off the wall. I have to find a way to drop down. From where I forgot how weirdly and unsteadily this tunnel was made to our little hideout here. Here's that other person's portal.
What, Zisto?
Yeah.
Your silo looks really good.
Well, thank you. See, I'm an artist. We talked about this. I took our old episode to heart, and I said, you know what? Anybody who wants to be a graphic artist can be a graphic artist if they put their mind to it. And boom, I'm a graphic artist. Resume is just going to be a picture of that silo. I'm going to sell that on the Microsoft Store for $35 a download.
Jesus, that'll be the most expensive thing in the marketplace.
And it'll have the most sales ever. Why the hell? Somebody built a ladder at the end of this thing that goes to nowhere.
This is a metaphor for life.
No, this is like, really, there's a ladder that goes to nowhere.
No, I'm telling you, the ladder is the metaphor for life.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess it could be. What a sad life.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do I get out to the world? I need to get to the world.
This is the metaphor continues.
Yes, it's that is what this all means, Jeff. You've answered. You've asked the right question. How do you get out to the world? What do you think of personalized license plates?
I almost got one for my Beetle that said Guude, and then I realized that people might mess up my car.
It's possibly true, especially after episodes like the last one.
Right?
But so I can somewhat understand that. I think anything that you can do to make your license plate easier to like remember or see or read or whatnot, I'm fine with. It's the ones that, God, there's so much quartz down there that I just can't get to. It's the ones that don't really make much legitimate sense, but they're obviously personalized license plates that I have like a problem with. And it's funny because it kind of all started from the conversation about these participants paid for partners paid for their participation or whatever. And how that could be interpreted in multiple ways if you're me and interpreting things. And I started seeing all these signs and all these license plates and things that around that I'm like, it's funny. What it's going to happen is like 10,000 years from now, our civilization is going to get destroyed. We'll get buried. Some new civilization will rise up and they will be uncovering these ancient things from our past and not understand at all what the hell we were doing with ourselves, because they're going to interpret these things all in these funny ways because they don't understand our lingo. Like, we're doing construction at my hospital right now, and there was this sign that they put up over one of the door, and it says, "Staff only, do not enter." And to any normal person, that completely means, okay, this is a door that only staff are allowed to use. But in reality, what that actually says is the staff are the only ones who cannot enter this door. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so sort of. But, everybody understands that obviously that's not what the intention is of that sign. But when somebody finds us in, 10,000 years and uncovers this sign, and they can finally have this understanding of
why do you think they're going to understand our language?
I mean, maybe didn't we just uncover, like, somebody just finally figured out what some ancient hieroglyphic said that gave more insight into the Egyptian pyramids? I just read a news article on this like 2 days ago.
Did they?
So, I mean, nobody did understand that language, and now all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we understand more and more of this language every single day.
I didn't read about this. I mean, I think you're worried about the wrong things.
Well, I'm not really that worried about it, but because I'll be dead. What do I care at that point that they won't understand?
Right.
But I do find it funny that, I think there is a lot of things that we take for granted and expecting people to understand when they really are wrought with reasons to not understand them, and it can't be the person's fault. You can't tell somebody that if they were a non-staff member, like if a patient walked through that door because they said, I thought only the staff wasn't supposed to go in that door. You can't tell them that you're wrong, get out of here. You have to look at it from their perspective, from a human factors engineering perspective, and go, okay, I understand where the confusion came from. Let's try to fix this. Like, that's really what you have to do. Like, in my line of work,
you would just look at him and go, "You are an idiot."
I would probably say that because there is an implicit and there is also the concept of things need to be interpreted by any reasonable. Like, how would a reasonable person interpret said, sign is really, what isn't that what holds up in the court of law? Is a reasonable person interpretation?
I have no idea how this would, if you like tried to press charges, I don't know what would happen. I feel like a good lawyer, it depends. I think then it comes back down to lawyers. Good lawyer gets you off. Right amount of money, you're fine.
That's probably true. But yeah, it's one of those, you can't park in a handicap spot and argue the fact that I thought it was saying handicapped people can't park here, because no reasonable person would be able to interpret a way a handicap sign is written that way. Is like, I think is what the concept is. And I'm trying to remember exactly what it's called. I do believe that is like a legal concept in the United States. But either way, besides that, I got off on that because I was just thinking of that sign again. But I saw this license plate today, and it kind of made me laugh and get confused at the same time. And it said WANTMOR.
Want more?
Well, and so I was like, oh, want more? For one, what the fuck is the point of having a license plate that says want more? Like, want more what? Like, without context, this license plate makes no sense. And now
They
I just
want more.
Well, and now I just think you're an idiot. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. This is where my craziness kicks in. I was like, wait a minute. Maybe this guy decided he really wanted a personalized license plate and kept trying all these different combinations and couldn't find one that he wanted because they were all too short. And, because you can only have, 7 letters, because that's all that it seemed to stretch across the entire license plate. So it was his whole joke to say that, he wants more letters on the license plate. Want more, because he couldn't even finish what he was saying with the want more. Because it said wants more. Like, you didn't even finish your word, and you're saying you want more. But
so he didn't actually customize it. He just wants more.
Well, it would have been customized, though, right? Or that would be even funnier if he was actually not trying to submit that. He was trying to write them and say he wants more letters. He's like, I just tried to tell him I want more. Like an idiocracy. The guy's name becomes not sure. Is this your name? No, it's not. Not is your name. According to that computer program, his specific words were no. What they had originally told him was no, that wasn't his name. His name is not, is exactly what he technically said.
That's true.
To that statement. A reasonable person could misconstrue that, right?
So my car is numbered. I think I told you this before, where they only made 3,500 of the vehicle I have.
Is it numbered like in the car somewhere?
Yeah, the steering wheel. It's got the number of how many GSRs there are and which one mine is. And so that was the other personalized license plate I considered getting was GSR and then the number. But then it would look just like a normal license plate.
It definitely would look just like a normal license plate. GSR 942 or whatever the hell the number is.
Well, it's actually even 4 numbers too, so it's exactly like the exact format for a North Carolina license plate. And then I wondered,
I bet you can't do that. I bet you would.
Well, yeah, that's the next thing I wondered was, is GSR one of the 3 letters they use at the front already? And if so, can I even get that license plate? Would it have to be non-hyphenated, so GSR and then the number without the hyphen?
Well, and think back in the day, like, because now I'm sure you could try to submit for your personalized license plates online and probably get automatic.
Yeah, you do it
if
online.
Something's taken. Back in the day, it wasn't like that when people had personalized license plates, right? So did they have to like mail something in and then wait for 6 weeks for them to get something back that said, "I'm sorry, that plate is already taken"?
Yeah, basically, I think so.
I don't
know if maybe you go down to the DMV and they could tell you, but I do know that there was definitely a time where
whoever wants to go to the DMV for one, let alone just to get like a personalized license plate.
It's weird because like the DMVs in my past experience were never bad. Like I never had to wait a long time or any of this type of stuff. But then the last couple times I've had to go to the DMV, it has been just the worst experience. I don't know what changed. I feel like the meme caught on about bad DMV experiences, and now
now you're stuck living the meme.
Yeah.
Oh, did we get much? Oh, we did get a decent amount of redstone. Okay. I've come back with a little bit of quartz. Not too much. Though I forgot that our repeater actually doesn't need quartz. Quartz is just the comparator that needs quartz.
Yeah, I wonder what you're going to do with that quartz. I was like talking about layers and suddenly you just leave and like, I'm going to the Nether.
Yeah, I was there. For some reason, I was thinking repeaters needed quartz, not just comparators. But I don't know if I'll need a comparator or not in trying to make something that I don't even know how to make. Just making it up as we go. And I'm trying to actually unlock the recipes because I don't remember how to make... That didn't unlock a recipe by making a repeater? I don't even have the recipe for a dispenser. And I'll be honest, I don't remember how to make a goddamn dispenser. Let alone one of those compare... What are they now? The detectors?
I don't know. You're talking to the wrong man.
How do you open up this thing to the next layer of...
I don't know.
This is stupid. Yeah, I don't get it. Do I have to make a sticky piston before it'll open anything else up? Is that what it's telling me? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, Guude. I don't get it. Okay,
Oh, it probably shows you in the achievement type thing, though they're not called achievements anymore.
The advancements?
Yeah, advancements, yeah.
So...
What's your next advancement? Advancement?
How do you know what ones you're supposed to do?
I don't know.
There's
Isn't it like the old achievements?
There's some yellow ones. There's some white ones. Like I don't know what this thing means.
Advancement. Oh, husbandry. I think. Yeah. So the white ones are not done yet.
The yellow ones are done?
Yeah.
Use the Nether to travel 7 kilometers in the overworld. Okay, I haven't gotten there yet.
You know what though? I don't think that any of these unlock.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. None of these seem to really take me anywhere I'm trying to go to, right?
Oh wait, hold on. What about the Minecraft ones?
So I need to fill a bucket with lava. That's
maybe.
I'm waiting on the bucket with lava and then enchanting it. Oh, whatever happened to our enchanting?
I've been slowly working on it.
I've got 27 levels.
Well, look at you.
Well, I'm saying I very well could die at some point. And do we have any lava around so I can fill this bucket with lava and get the next achievement? Advancement.
Yeah.
Have you seen any?
Yeah. It's
Where?
downstairs.
Way downstairs?
Yeah. I could get there. I couldn't like give you directions though.
There's some around here somewhere I found on the surface. Not too far. I just don't remember which direction. But you know what? Whatever. I don't need to deal with this stupid advancement right
I don't
now.
need to deal with this.
I don't need
I'm
this.
above this.
I'm going to the Nether.
I've been playing this game so long that we didn't used to have this book. I can just look it up online.
That's actually what I did now. I looked up how to make a dropper online because apparently it's the very simplistic one, and I did not realize that.
I told you to make a dropper.
Well, I know, but I thought it was the one that had the bow and everything, but it doesn't. It's just the stone. I think a detector is kind of what I'm looking for, but I don't remember what the detector does.
Do you need smooth stone?
I needed some I took, but there's a lot in there already. Or an observer, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I was going to tell you I'd cooked a bunch if you needed it.
It just emits a redstone signal when the adjacent block is updated. So this I think we can use in these new designs to make it like, it'll tell us when there's something in the hopper or in the dispenser to trigger it, I would think, because that's the whole point of this block. And this does need cores, so I'm gonna try it and see if it works like I'm hoping it will.
Yeah, I don't know anything about anything.
So let's see. If I put this here, boom, and then I put a piece of redstone. I don't remember which side is which, though, is the problem. Okay, well that was easy. It only goes on one direction. So if I just put this down, yep, there it goes. So that. So then if I do a dropper this way, and oh no, just something going into the dropper does not update the dropper block. Okay, so that's not gonna work. How would I tell? Trying to think of the simplest way to tell if the dropper updated.
Levels.
Levels?
Oh, I'm talking to myself. I said I need more levels.
I was like, oh, that's how to tell. Levels.
Yeah, get your levels.
So obviously I can't just... Putting something in there doesn't work.
It's getting dark. Come lay with me.
We're working on that husbandry thing. What does husbandry mean?
I don't know. It sounds sexist, though. Like it sounds like, you know what I mean?
Well, I was
Like,
gonna ask what wifery is.
Wifery? Is that a word?
I don't know. I can make this thing constantly click and never stop. I can do that.
That's great.
I guess what I'll need is a comparator to do what I was thinking, which is annoying because I was trying to use a different block, a different device, a different mechanism. And I did not. I was not able to succeed.
I mean, if there was already a way to do it, they probably didn't add a new way. Right?
Yeah,
like,
so I guess the observer checks for block updates versus the comparator actually checks for like item storage. So yeah, I guess I was thinking about it incorrectly. The comparator would be definitely the right way to go with this, but I was just kind of hoping for something different.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. So if I take this comparator, then instead of... Whoa, oh my god! We just had an explosion.
Oh no. Everything alright?
No, but I don't know how bad it really is. We lost some chests and some furnace.
I guess it's my fault for not shutting the door.
I don't think he came in the door. I think he
Did you go downstairs to get lava?
No, I was sitting up here at the top, but he was in front of me. Like, my back was to the door, and he was in front of me when I looked up. I like caught him out the corner of my eye. So, I'm pretty sure he spawned in a dark place. He spawned in a dark place. Why won't you move?
You think Kurt Cobain killed himself?
Isn't that known?
Well, some people don't think he did.
What do they think happened? The mafia?
No, I think
Illuminati?
his wife killed him. His wife.
I mean, I've never heard the theory that his wife
You've
killed
never heard that his wife...
I was also not into that type of music when I was younger. So...
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I like it now, but back like when that all happened and when he died, I remember people at my school being all sad and upset because, oh man, I actually lost. Like, he blew up some of these furnaces, so I'm not sure what we actually lost here. Yeah, there's definitely missing items. Well, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
We're going to have to get more items that we don't even know are missing. Okay, get rid of this guy. Come out of here.
The problem with Nirvana's music is that it's still so heavily played, and he's dead.
Yes.
So there's no new music. Dead. So it's like, man, I've heard it.
You just want more?
Well, yeah, I just don't want to hear it anymore. Or you know what, I'm fine hearing it, but I guess the problem is the satellite station I listen to, it's heavily played, but everything else they play I enjoy, and I guess it's just like there wasn't a very large so they play like lots of so it's Lithium. It's the station I listen to on satellite radio, and they play a lot of different things like Counting Crows, Dave Matthews, whatever.
What channel is it, by the way? What number? Do you know?
I don't know. 36.
Because I'll tell you, I cannot find any music channels that I can sustain listening to on my satellite radio.
I don't know if that's right. It's Lithium though. You should be able to look it up pretty easily. But the problem is all these other bands they play have a large catalog, and Nirvana just didn't because and so there's all I don't want to hear the same stuff so frequently, I guess. Yeah,
I mean I think that comes to the problem with satellite radio anyway, because like I listen to the comedy on satellite radio, and in a given week I will hear the same comedy routine about 4 different times.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and it's always really old comedy. I've noticed. It is. I don't know.
I like some of the old comedy though. Like,
it's not that I don't like old comedy. It's just that I don't know. I get tired of hearing the same stuff, and it's really old. Like I don't know. Like I guess current event comedy is more my pace.
Current event comedy is definitely good comedy. There's no question about that. Hoppers.
Like Daily Show type stuff.
Yes. Political satire is what you like.
Yeah.
I didn't see you at the top of that tree, and I was like, "Man, are you trying to like outpace my awesome tower with some really like off the wall art sculpture type thing?" Where do you have the chicken killing machine?
They're not killing; they're just living.
Where do you want the chicken killing machine?
I mean, I guess I could go in there with the chicken living machine. Really fuck with their heads.
Where's the chicken living machine?
Should be able to hear them.
I hear them. Oh, there they are. I guess we don't want the children to see them die, though, right? Should I just dig it down and put it underground?
That's fine.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Actually, I mean, in theory, it can feed right from this
Chest.
from this chest underground. But yeah, I can never like my satellite radio in general. I really like it for comedy. I really like it for when I'm not at home for football because you'll always get be able to find the game on something. But other than that, I have tried to go through the music stations and I cannot find any music stations that I enjoy. And I don't know what it is that they do. And maybe I'm just spoiled now by having, you know, Pandora and Spotify that you can basically like tune to what you want to listen to. So maybe that has a lot to do with it. I'm not 100% certain, but it's just...
Well, like I've had some people tell me like, oh, listen to 90s 09 or whatever. But the problem with those, the 90s or the 2000s or whatever those are, they play every genre from those 10 years. And it's not, it's like, well, I don't like this type of music or whatever. So, yeah.
And that is kind of the stations that I was talking about. I was thinking that I would really like 90s on 9. And...
no,
I did not like it as much as I was really hoping to, you know.
Yeah.
So
You know, I really like that theme, though.
I don't know how to make the lava blade or whatever for these. So do I have to dig this down farther?
What I mostly listen to is Kids Place Live, though.
What is... Are you throwing eggs?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, I didn't turn this machine on. I didn't put any eggs in it. Like, why? Why are they all going away? Oh, you just took all the eggs. I was going to test this machine.
Oh, well, yeah.
But that's fine. Don't make more. So, I guess, so if you see what I'm doing here, all it's going to do is feed out of this chest, turn these eggs, send them to the side to burn these chickens.
How do you make sure they're grown up?
Well, and that's what I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like, according to this video that I had glanced at, I think it was dispensing lava every so often on top of like a fence post, and the small chickens wouldn't get hit by it in the small time it was out, but only the big chickens would. I don't know if it was on a timer or what.
That's pretty weird.
And I wonder if like, will a block update happen if an animal grows up?
No.
Is that not a block update?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Block. Mobs are not blocks; they're entities.
Well, maybe it triggers a block update. I don't know.
Nope.
just nope.
I'm telling you, I'm certain about this.
Just nope. No, Jeff. Nope.
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 So I think what I would have to do is I'm going to dig this down farther until I figure this thing out.
So you're gonna dig down until you figure this out?
I'm going to dig down farther because I think the way I'd have to do this, I'd have to have a couple blocks up in the back anyway. And I can't do that.
Okay. So you're not gonna just keep digging.
I'm just going to keep digging.
Until inspiration hits.
Well, if I dig this hole far enough until I hit lava, the chickens will go in lava. I mean, it makes
right. Maybe they'll
makes
just
sense
float down and they'll grow up as they float.
I guess the one thing I don't remember, are chickens bigger than a block? Or are they literally 1 by 1, or do their heads stick up like 1.5?
No, they're 1 by 1.
So you can't even just do anything that's on top of them. So how do they save the babies?
I don't know.
I don't remember how that was done either now.
Call it BTC.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just have to examine in between episodes. Because there's a real simple way to do it, and I just off the top of my head cannot remember what it is.
All right. Well, here's a good stopping point for you to work that out, and we'll come back with more knowledgeable Jeff.
Yes, very knowledgeable Jeff, obviously.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right, see you guys.